Hello everybody and welcome back to Stellaris. We are on version 2.3.3. We've had the expansion come out. For those of you who've had it, it's sort of a few little bits and bobs, but there have been some free content given out, and as usual, if you're playing with somebody who has the expansion, then you can gain the little benefits the expansion has as well. Now, the Ancient Relics story pack features a number of archaeological sites that have been overhauled to give more interesting rewards for completion with new techs, empire modifiers and ethic-based outcomes. More importantly, what does that mean for you? Well, it does update your current game. As you can see, this is the game we had. Now, this video has been delayed coming out because I had some issues with my save. Nothing to do with the patch or anything like that, it was more my client side. So we've had to get it fixed and we're back in where we were. Now I have played it for some time. We have expanded just so that I can show you a few things. We took over here that they've been overrun. That interplanetary empire have took over the previous employers that were there, should we say. And there's a couple of things I want to talk about that I haven't covered in the past, and that's this little place here. Now this is a fallen empire. If you hover over one of their things, it'll tell you, there you go, Fallen Empire. Now, one thing I hadn't noticed in the past, which I have noticed when I've been playing through here, is that they've slightly tweaked the traditions, the Ascension perks. And I don't know if it was in before, I can't remember, but they've got Galactic Contendering, which is really, really useful because you can take out Fallen Empires, Walking Empires, and Gate Builders. They are races that could already be in. There is another one you can get which causes 50% more damage to the Endgame mechanics. Now, we haven't covered Endgame because we haven't got there. We are about mid-game now, and this is where they start taking over places. Things start waking up. Now, Endgame can be a number of things, and when we get Endgame on here, I'll cover it and I'll show it you. And you can see what it's all about, and you can kind of have a look for yourself. But one of the main ones that I have seen is that basically the L gates open up and loads of enemies come out, and they cause so much damage to the system that it's irreparable. And a lot of the races will get destroyed or wiped out, and then whoever's left over are basically left to fend for themselves. Massive game change, and that's what it's all about. It's endgame, and it's really where your high-end technology is really coming into play. Now you can tell when you're in big game because your tech does change. Now you can see we're hitting the big numbers now, 19,600 there. You know what it actually is, because there are a lot of things. Now the one thing I haven't noticed before is the research section, which I don't know if that was in, but it's pretty cool. As you can see, we're hitting some big numbers on some of the stuff now, and I've been getting a lot of small stuff in there. There we go, nice purples there. This is your better gear, the ones that are really improving. There's a few of them somewhere. Oh, we're on engineering only there. You got the same again here. We've got lots of the purple ones again. Same for physics. Wormholes start appearing, as in like your ability to use them and whatnot. And we have wormhole sites. Now, there's a couple of things that they've done with the version 2.3.3, or at least the version 2 of it, which is the Wolfe patch. And that is, they have improved the habitats. And if you don't know what I'm on about, I'll show you one now. There is one there. So a habitat is a megastructure. It's pretty sweet as well. It does look pretty cool. Now there are various other megastructures you can get into, but the Earth habitat is what I've got here, which is basically just another living space for population. And this basically it's a trade station. However, it allows you to basically have another planet. And if you look, I've got the planet there, and it acts exactly like a planet. Now, while we're discussing planets, the version 2.3.3 has brought some brilliant changes, which I find are great. And this is more about the sectors. Now you can choose whether your systems go into sectors or they can stay out of sectors. You can just manually do them. But the one great thing they have introduced, which was much needed, was you've got a shared stockpile now. So these have got local stockpiles, which we've seen before in my previous versions. You can transfer your resources into them, and each of them, sectors will use that stockpile. But then you have a general stockpile as well, a shared one between all three of them. Now you can choose whether or not you want to keep the local ones, so that they don't overdevelop, or you want your money in specific sectors, but you can also increase that actual resource of that stockpile, so it uses that first and then starts using the shared. Either way you look at it, it's a great little thing. But there's a few other things they've changed as well, which is brilliant. Let's have a look at that now, shall we? So again, the UI is nice and clean and crisp on the previous updates, which is great. Everything else is the same. I mean, you get a little bit more of a breakdown of the demographics, which is nice. A lot more robot kind of thing popping up here now, which is quite nice. Same with your armies, etc. That's not changed. Your corporates. What has changed is automation. Now this is great. Now let me get another planet, because that one Earth doesn't do it, because it's your home planet. So you can designation. Yeah, you have a designation, colony designation. So at the moment it's automatic. You can choose whether you want it to set up to one of these systems. Now this one at the moment is a generator world. That's what it's picked itself as, because I left it on automatic. It's in my Earth core sector. I can move my capital to this planet if I so wish, and I can automate it or turn the automation off. So if I want to do it myself, I can just turn it off, like stop developing now, crack on with doing it myself. It'll follow the same rules as we follow, or you should follow when you're playing, is that you don't overdevelop, because obviously if you start developing these main structures here, they take away from the districts, and it gives you usual stuff as well. Automation is great because a lot of people struggle to try and do the planet side of stuff and trying to do your fleet side of stuff and actually trying to invade people. Now, if you want to do it yourself, you can still do it yourself. You can turn all that off, but it gives you that option there. The other big thing they've put into the game, and I have bought the expansion so I can show you this in full, and this is the reason why I've let this game play on for a while, because there was a couple of things that I wanted to do and I wanted to get access to so I could show you. We have got Iraq here. So this area here is a mining system, and it is full of minerals and stuff like that. But this wasn't previously open to us. Now if you have a look back on one of my previous versions, you'll have a gander where you see it. You'll see that Iraq here was not open to us. It wasn't even there. It had disappeared. Now when we did a situation log, that's a different one here. We'll go into that one in a minute. But I think it wasn't that one. It's gone off. Is it? No, I can't show you. It's gone off now. But basically, it was a relic, which is a part of the game now. So they've overhauled the relic system, which is brilliant. And let me show you what I mean. Devorium pox sample. Now, if you read into that, it's basically Irasians. They were like a race that had been wiped out, and this is a reward that I got for doing it. A few minor artifacts as well, which do these little things here, and you can find more of them by doing the arcane deciphering, which comes up in your tech. But you've got things like your museum exhibits, which if we go onto a planet, let's have a look. Where are we? There we are. So we'll put it on our Earth Sol system. Decisions. Where are you? There you are. Send artifacts to museum exhibit. So it's a 120 month modifier. It gives you culture worker output plus 20%. Now, we've already got massive culture output at the moment because we had some struggling where we need to rebalance our supplies and stuff like that. It's gone a bit crazy at the moment, but we're working on it. We're resolving it. We will probably, as a matter of fact, what is that there? Okay, I'm not sure what that is, but I'm going to replace this here with some more food. Excellent. If we wanted to, we could decide to send the artifact to the museum. So let's see if that... It's not gone up any. Okay, it hasn't gone up much, but it should do.
Knowledge is the key to the universe.
But I'm sure it'll boost it. But that's one of them things you can do. More research done. Excellent. Now, another thing I hadn't noticed in the past, and I could be wrong here, you have to bear with me because a lot of my work I've done on these guides and stuff like that, and when I play games, is a lot of the early day stuff you replay quite a lot. So when you start getting into the later stuff, you tend to forget a few things. But they've got these gene modification things, and I hadn't noticed it in the past. Let me just put something in so it behaves itself. So what do we want? Like that. So one thing that kept popping up for me, if I can find it, we got the relic activated. Species. So you can do a little bit more with your species now. You can actually grant your species rights, which I feel like it wasn't like this before. So you can, you can tell them that they're not allowed to colonize, etc., etc. But the one other thing you can do is you can actually change the traits of your humans or of any of your races. So, for example, you can create a template. So this is your kind of your traits that you've had. It's exactly the same as what you'd expect, but when you get certain research, you're allowed another trait on top of what you already have. So trait point left, 1. Trait picks left, 4. So I can pick up to 4, but I've got 1 available. So if we go to, let's have a look. What shall we put on? We don't need any of them. So there's a few things you can pick. Oh, so if you get 2 trade points, you can start picking the big off stuff. Ah, that's how it works. So let's go for nomadic. Okay, so we've no trade points left, but we've got trade picks, 3 of them. So if we had more points, we could alter that. So if we did that research with the extra 1, so we get 2, we can alter it. But what it does is if we create a template, it creates a secondary kind of species of sorts. And we can apply that template, like so, and we can put it on what planet they're on. Now, they only have 1 population, so we've only got 1 of them on 1 planet. It tells us what it's going to be, and it tells us how many populations affected. Now, if we'll cancel that for now, but if it was something like the humans, now, we chose them, so we have 7 population that we can increase it, and we can have the nomadic. Sorry, no, they're already nomadic. So what we did was we put strong on, worker basic resource output, 2.5%. So if we apply that template, we research it, after a short while, all the humans that were on them planets will have the extra trait. Brilliant. Absolutely, I love it. It's brilliant. You can really change it, and you can make multiple templates as well. So if you feel like, okay, now my resources are stacking up massively, I need something to do with my effects, for battle and stuff like that, you can change it. Defensive, you can change it, use a different template. Brilliant system. But let's go into the nitty gritty of the archaeological sites and the relics. So back to the relics. Just skimmed over it. So the main relic, so activate relic for triumph. It's things like this. So you can activate it, and it will activate it for 3,600 more days. So what that does is it gives us a passive legal lifespan of 20 years, and it enables us to do POX orbital bombardment, which you can only have 1 relic active at any one time. I think you can have up to 6. I don't know if you can change them. I haven't got the 6 yet. We've still got our minor artifacts, which obviously we can increase our energy, we can increase our unity. And then you've got things like Discover the Alligators if you get 50 of them, and Secrets of the Eurasians, which I presume is what this is here, because that's what they were. Now we got the minor stuff extra from the archaeological site. This is all revamped. So as you can see, you send a science vessel in to where there's an archaeological site, and they will find minor artifacts. We've got up to 5 here now. We're on chapter 2. We've done chapter 1. That's where we got the 5 from. And basically it does like a random roll. It tells you the difficulty, so it's easy, the skill bonus, and how many clues. And the clues increase the breakthrough chance, and you get extra clues as you're going. You can export it if you want to, but it builds up, and it gives you kind of a bit of a story as it goes. It's brilliant, and they pop up all over the place. Now I don't know if they're just popping up on this playthrough because most of the system has been found, searched, and it's been surveyed and whatnot, but they have been popping up throughout the game randomly. Now I don't know if that's a mechanic where they'll pop up randomly. I will do another playthrough at some stage As a matter of fact, we'll be doing a multiplayer battle, so we'll get to see it on that as well. So that's the main things that you're going to be worried about as a new player or as a progressing player, is these little adjustments and little workups and stuff like that. So yeah, so that's what 2.3.3 has brought to us, or at least that's what it is on the surface. I've not seen any other changes. I have got the patch notes, I've got the specific 2.3.3 patch notes, because obviously 2.3.1 added various other things. I'll put links in the description below if you want to have a read into that. But as a bit of a skim read, we've got plenty of balances where they've made things a bit more stronger. They've buffed a few things. The UI's been tidied up slightly, fixed like that. The AI's been improved as well. They've been working heavily on the AI, and obviously modding's been adjusted as well. Stability's been adjusted. The big thing that we have got is it's now on 64-bit, not 32-bit. So if you are playing on a 32-bit system, then you need to keep yourself on version 2.2, I believe. 2.3 is fully 64-bit, which is good because it allows you to have a bit more of a better performance, and it's a bit more stable. So that is version 2.3.3, people. Hopefully you've enjoyed this little bit of a kind of explanation. If you'd like to know anything at all about Stellaris, please leave a comment in the comment section below. I'll get back to you, and I will either do another video. I'll be doing plenty more videos on Stellaris in the future. Thank you so much to everybody who's already watched this guide. The response I got for the first episode especially, and for the previous ones, is overwhelming, so thank you from the bottom of my heart on actually watching and taking the time to watch this guide. Hopefully it's answered all your questions. There's just one thing I did miss, which is the Caravanneers. You can remove them now if you want to, but I quite like them. They're a bit of a twist, but if you don't like that, you can remove them completely from the game when you make the game. But other than that, I don't think there's anything else that I've missed, other than the little bits of fixes and changes that they've done, which I will leave in the comment section so you can have a look at that. Until next time, everybody, take care for now. Bye bye.